Hi guys, Nate here with Peak Fitness YYC, coming to you again from the house with another bodyweight workout just for you guys. Today I want to introduce to you this concept of a list workout. So I've written out 13 bodyweight exercises. I'll show you some modifications of those exercises, and we'll make sure in the description we got that full list for you. But essentially with a list workout, you're going to perform all the exercises. You can pick any order you want, so that's where you got to customize it and be a little strategic. But once you start that exercise, I really want you to finish it. So for example, we got 50 push-ups as one of the exercises. Once you start push-ups, even though you might need to take a break, grab a water, catch your breath, whatever it may be, you're going to keep with those push-ups until you hit 50. Once you hit 50, you can cross it off of your list and then move on to another movement. In no real particular order, I'll take you through each movement and some potential modifications. The first one I have for you guys is going to be jumping jacks. You're going to go for 500 of those, which is a lot, but it's going to be a long workout. Good quality jumping jack. Make sure you have room, of course. I think everybody knows these guys. Again, if you need to take breaks, you're going to take breaks. If jumping jacks don't feel good, you've got some ankle issues, maybe some pelvic issues, an alternative that we can do is I want you to do 500 marches. Okay? 500. To keep everything even, let's do 500 per side, so make sure you lift that right leg 500 times, that left leg 500 times. That's an exercise. After that, we're going to get into a mountain climber. Our most traditional mountain climber is going to be in a plank posture, hands and toes, cores engaged, and you're going to switch your legs. I like to have a light touch with my forward leg, big range of motion. Obviously, again, if you need to take breaks, take breaks. We're going to do 50 of those guys. If we need to make it a little easier, or you're challenged all the way from the ground, you can elevate a little bit. Higher you are, the easier it's going to feel. Another movement is going to be a squat jump. Again, nice and high. Absorb and get some air time. If we need to make that movement easier, you're going to do a bodyweight squat instead, just not leaving the ground. Feet about shoulder width, hip width apart, keeping our feet nice and flat. Totally up to you which ones you do. After our squat jumps or our squats, I'm going to show you some forward lunges. So make sure we have space. I'm going to alternate with these guys. Reaching forward. If you're not as strong, maybe it's a little more shallow. And you guessed it, we're going to go 50 a side on these. Basically everything other than those jumping jacks are going to be 50. This next movement's pretty unique. We're going to be in a stationary crab walk position. From here, our advanced hips are off the ground. I'm reaching opposite leg, opposite arm. If that's too much for you, we can do the same thing with your bum on the ground. 50 per side. Another bodyweight exercise. We're going to go high plank with a shoulder touch. Plank with not too much movement ideally, back and forth, touching my shoulders. Shoulders are over hands, cores engaged. I'm trying not to rock back and forth too much. Same as the mountain climbers, if I need to make it a little easier, I can elevate, I can even go to a wall. Same thing, plank shoulder touch, 50 per side. After that, we're going to do a traditional sit-up. Big thing, I just want to see 90-degree bend in the knees, coming all the way up if we can. Again, if for some reason we can't, we've been told not to do sit-ups, we don't have the strength, we feel like we're kind of getting stuck, we can just do a crunch instead. For a crunch, I'd recommend hands up to your knees, 50 of those. Or again, our sit-up. I like to get elbows all the way to my knees. Those are our sit-ups or our crunches. From there, we're going to go into a push-up. Push-ups, same thing. Everything's 50 except for those jumping jacks. You got lots of options. We can come from our toes, which is my preference. Big range of motion. We can come from our knees. Or we can elevate toes or knees. Or if we need to, we can work from the wall as well. Push-ups. From there, we're gonna show you some Supermans or Superwomans. I'm gonna simply lay on my stomach. Arms are overhead, legs are behind. And I'll lift my arms and legs simultaneously. Trying to get my elbows, knees off the ground. Gonna work your glutes, back, shoulders a bunch. Those are 50 as well. Next is a sprawl. It's kind of a modified burpee. With the sprawl, we're going to put our hands down on the ground. I'm going to kick my legs out into a plank, pop back up. I don't jump, I just sprawl out and stand. If that jump out's too much, I can walk out instead. Right, Arthur. This is Arthur. He's helping out, I guess. So that's our sprawl with either the jump out or the step out. Just a couple more. I'm going to show you a inchworm walkout. Standing, stationary. I'm going to walk my hands out inch by inch into a nice plank. Walk back in, reach overhead, repeat. Down and up. 50 of those. Last two. Another core exercise is a jackknife. Our advanced version. We're going to find our sit bones, find our balance, get long, touch my ankles. Back and forth. If we don't have the strength or balance for that, or we're totally winded from everything else, we want something a little easier, we can give our hands some support. And we're going to do the same thing, just a little more shallow, with a bit of assistance from those arms. Jackknives are 50 as well. And then finally, I'm going to show you a tabletop hip press up, or at least what I call a tabletop hip press up. Hands are behind, feet are about shoulder width, hip width apart, good bend in the knee. I like to put my fingers behind. Some people's preference will be fingers towards their hips. See what feels best for you. From here, big press up high, low, you can rest at the bottom, high and low. You might feel limitation in the shoulder, tightness there, or it might be in the hips. So if you don't look quite as high, that's okay, just do your best. And that's everything for this list workout. Again, I've got 13 items, 500 jumping jacks, 50 mountain climbers, 50 squats or squat jumps, 50 per side forward lunges, our crab alternate touches, a high plank shoulder touch, 50-50, some sit-ups, some push-ups, some Supermans or Superwomans from your stomach, a sprawl, an inchworm, jackknives, and then that tabletop movement. You're gonna go through that list in any order you want, so just because I showed it that way doesn't mean you have to do it that way. Work hard, have fun. To keep yourself accountable, I'd encourage yourself to time it if you'd like. You can always challenge a friend or family member, see what their time is as well. If you have any questions or you want a hard copy of that program, feel free to email me at nathan@peakfitnessyyc.com. If you have home equipment and you want something customized or you want us to incorporate that, feel free to fire an email to me as well. we can offer you some custom programming. Good luck with the list. It'll take you a while, but you'll do great. Thanks.